Hello, I'm Ariana if you're new here. If you're not, welcome back to my channel. Today we're getting into this really pretty everyday bronzy eyeshadow look. So this is the end result of the most dramatic form of this look. So don't worry if you don't think that this is an everyday look. I promise you it is. So make sure you watch the whole video. Also, we're back again with another mic'd up eyeshadow tutorial. I really enjoyed making the last one. This is the second one that I'm making right now. Also, the editing process was great. Okay, so this is what I might continue to do for the channel. Please let me know if you guys like these types of mic'd up eyeshadow tutorials. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get on with the tutorial. Hi. Okay, so we're going to be going in with a couple palettes today, and here they are. So the first one is the Too Faced Born This Way Natural Nudes palette. This is a really good neutrals and bronzy palette. I think that the browns in here are a little bit more cool tone than I want to go for this look. The last one that I probably will be using some browns for is going to be the Ace Beauté Floral Vintage palette. So this palette is super cute. I love this palette so much. I feel like the browns in here are like warm and kind of what I want to go for this look. So I did actually go ahead and prime my eyes with some concealer. I used the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer in the shade Ivory. So this is what it looks like. This is in the shade Natural, but I used like a whiter one to make sure that the colors pop because these colors are pretty close to my skin tone. So I want to make sure that they show out in the way that I want it to, since we are going to be a little bit strategic with the pigments that we're using in the different like tones of brown. So we do want them to kind of pop a little bit. Also, I'm going to be looking over here because this is where I can see what you guys are seeing, and I want to make sure that we are in frame. So the first shade that we're going in with is going to be this one, which is called Moss Rose. It's a little bit of a darker brown, but it still does have warm undertones to it. So I'm going to go ahead and place that shade on the inner and outer corner. We're kind of going for like a halo kind of thing, but it is going to be pretty natural looking. So I'm going to place this right on the outer corner, and I'm not going to take it above my crease because I want to control the amount of darkness that we have going on here, and when we blend it out it's going to blow out a little bit, so we want to make sure that it stays as contained as possible. Also, there is a lot going on in my neighborhood right now. There is a dog barking, there's a lawnmower going, and I think someone is moving. So this always happens, like every single YouTuber that I watch, there's always something going on outside of their house when they're filming, so I think it's just like a rite of passage or something. Yeah. I went ahead and picked up just a little bit more on the brush, and I'm going in on the inner corner. So I want to make sure that both of these two corners are like the same amount of pigmented and the same consistency. So I did pick up a little bit more on the brush, and I'm basically doing the same exact thing. And this is like a dark brown, but it could be a little bit darker, but this is as dark as I want to go because this is more of an everyday look, and I promise that it's gonna look a little bit complicated, but it's super easy to do. And I know that like everyday looks are more like quick, do it and go 5-minute things, so that's what we're going to do today. So this is what we're working with right now. I'm going to go ahead and wipe off my brush because I want to use this brush to blend out this pigment. So I have my color switch here. I bought this from Amazon. They also have one at Sephora, or you could also use like a hair donut. Okay, my sister-in-law has one, and it's literally this same like material texture. All you need to do is wipe your brush on it, and then the eyeshadow comes off. It's really amazing because I only tend to use like 2 to 3, maybe even 1 eyeshadow brush per eyeshadow look, because when you find a favorite, that's it for you. So I'm going ahead and blowing out the pigment that I just put on. I am just going over the edges and just blending it out and buffing it out. So this is going to make it easier for us to go in and blend in the next shade that we're going to add in, and it's going to look nice and seamless and just make it easier to blend so that we don't have to spend a lot of time blending. So this is pretty much how I would like to leave this. It does kind of take away some of the pigment from the outer corner here, but we will go back in and add some more, or if you don't want to, you don't have to. So don't be afraid of like using dark colors for an everyday look, because when you do blend it out, it kind of dissipates and it gets a little bit lighter as you go. So the next shade I'm going in with is this shade, which is called Antler Orchid. It is more of like a brown transition shade. It still is pretty dark, but it is going to act as a transition from dark to light, going from the lash line all the way up to the brow bone, so that we are staying in that bronzy kind of family, and also just creating a nice blended out transition gradient. So I went ahead and wiped off my brush, and I picked up some pigment, and we're literally going to place this on the entire crease. So I'm going to put this right on top of where I blended out that dark brown, and basically connect the two in the middle. So this is going to be a transition crease shade, and we're just going to make sure that the pigment is the same amount of concentrated across the entire lid. You don't want to put on too much because, like I said, I mean, you can if you want, but I am kind of going for like a natural everyday look. So if there's like a hint of color and that everything is just coming together, then that's basically what we want. And this is like very, very warm, which I am fine with for this look. But if you are going for like a bronzy look, there are just a couple things to think about. If you want your bronziness to be more on the warm side, or if you want it to be like a cool tone brown eyeshadow look, bronzy looks are usually pretty warm, but also like this might look a little more yellow on you if you do have like a lighter skin tone. So it's really important to kind of play with the eyeshadows that you have, because they show up different on everyone based on your skin tone. So I basically picked up or dipped into the pan like 3 times just now, just to get it to the concentration that I want it to be at. And I'm basically just adding most of the pigment onto the crease line, and then we're going to go ahead and buff out the edges. So the closer I get to the brow bone, the more pressure I'm releasing from when I'm swiping on or touching my skin with the brush. This is going to make it easier to blend it out, and it's just going to make it easier to kind of blow out the eyeshadow. So I'm just going in like circular motions, blending it out as we get higher, and this is where we're at right now. I'm really actually very happy with the blend that we have going on, and we're gonna go ahead and add one more shade in 2 more places, and that's literally it. But before we do that, I decided that I do want the eyeshadow look to be a little bit more pigmented than it is right now. So I'm just going back in with everything that we did and just adding like 1 more layer of eyeshadow on top. So when you do go back in to add some more pigment and make the eyeshadows pop a little bit more, you want to make sure that you're using the lightest amount of pressure, because you don't want like a really like harsh streak of eyeshadow on top of all the blending that we just did, and that's just going to kind of ruin the look. You want to be very mindful of where you're placing the extra eyeshadow on top and layering it, because you want to keep that blended look. So I'm just dipping into that dark brown shade, and I'm basically adding most of the pigment to where I want the darkest part to be. So I'm kind of avoiding the outer edges where I have blended everything, because that is going to be a little bit trickier to blend out now that we already have 2 shades going on. So I'm pretty happy with this. I literally just tapped it on and in like a circular motion, and I'm going to go back in with this transition shade after cleaning off my brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit more pigment to the center, because that is where we haven't really blended the 2 together, because I really want this pigment to show that it's nice and bronzy. And I am releasing pressure as my intention is to blend right now rather than to pack on the pigment. So I'm packing on here in tapping motions, and then when I want to blend it out with the other shade, we're gonna release the pressure from the brush and just go back and forth. So I am pretty happy with this now. I feel like it's as pigmented as I want it to be. It's giving very bronzy. So we're going to go in with the last shade and we'll be almost done. So the last shade we're going in with is this one. It's called Spray Rose. It is a bit of a neutral shade. I didn't want to do like a stark white or bone shade, because we're not really going for like really white right now, and this is like, I feel like in the bronzy family, it's still neutral, but it's like skin toned for me. So I'm going to take this on the same brush after wiping it off, and we're going to place that on the center of the lid. So sometimes these shades show up a little bit darker than you think they would, which again is why you should kind of practice before you do something, or if you have to go out to see what these shades are going to look like on your skin tone. And I this is exactly what I wanted. Sometimes when I dip into these shades that look a certain way on the pan, they usually end up looking a little bit darker than I want them to on me, because sometimes I'm going for like a neutral shade like this, and then it looks like it's light in the pan, but then when I put it on me, it's darker than I want it to be, which is super annoying. And it is a little bit hard to fix. Like, you can pack on a white shade on top of that all you want, but it's still gonna like be there and create like a different undertone. So I just went ahead and kind of packed that on the center where there was that negative space, and I just did tapping motions, and that makes it really easy to blend a shade when you're creating a halo and blend it into the like literal perimeter of everything that's going on. So honestly, like, this is nice and blended, and I'm super happy with it. I did say that we're going in with only one extra shade, but I lied. We're gonna go in with one more because this is darker than I thought it would be. The last shade that we're going in with is going to be this white shade here from the Too Faced Natural Nudes palette, and this is literally just going to be a brow bone highlight. So I wish this would be a little bit darker because it is pretty light in here, but I'm afraid to go a little bit darker because I don't want this to be like dark up here. So this is basically just going to separate our brow bone from the rest of the eyeshadow look. It's also going to mattify the concealer that I put on my entire lid, and it's also going to make our brow bone pop and kind of give the illusion of a better bone structure on our eyes. So I'm just gonna pack that on here and lightly blend it into the crease color that we have going on, and I'm also going to take it over here and just blend this out as well. This is a place I feel like a lot of people kind of neglect or forget about, and it can be a really harsh stop. So you want to make sure that you're blending the shade that's going on over here in with your nose contour, if it's like a brown bronzy shade, if it's like something that can go into your nose contour color seamlessly, easily like this. If it's not, you just want to smoke it out and make sure that it's not like a harsh stop right in this inner corner, because it will definitely show. So this is the final look. That's literally it for the eyeshadow. I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye and then come back with some mascara, and I'm going to give you a progression of how dramatic this look can actually get. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and did the other eye. I also went ahead and added some mascara. So this is like the first level of this look. We can definitely go a little bit more dramatic, and I will show you how to do that, but this is just the top of the lid done and just mascara. So I'm going to go ahead and do the lower lash line and add some mascara to show you guys what the difference is and what that would look like, and then we're going to go ahead and add lashes to reach our final form. So I would love to know which phase of this look you like the most. So we're going to go ahead and call this phase 1. This is like the most everyday natural version of this look, and we're just going to go ahead and add some drama. So this is what I would do with the lower lash line. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Wet n Wild pencil liner, and I'm going to go ahead and put that on the lower waterline. I'm going to be a little bit messy with this and not try to only get it on my waterline. I'm going to kind of run it through my lash line as well, because we are going to smoke this out and make it nice and blurry and nice and smoky. So I'm going to get as much as I can on there, and I left a finger mark on my face. Cute. Fix that later. I'm going to take my ring finger and I'm just going to go ahead and rub that on my lower lash line so that we're like easily smoking this out without a lot of effort. And it looks nice and messy, but also like clean. So it looks a little bit more smoked out now, and we're gonna go in with some eyeshadow. So when I am doing my lower lash line and smoking it out, I usually just like mimic whatever we did on the upper lid. So I'm taking the dark brown shade that we put on the inner and outer corner, and I'm gonna go ahead and run that on my lower lash line. And this is a really, really tiny, dense eyeshadow brush. I like to use this on my lower lash line because I don't want it to be blown out too far, because that is like, there's like a fine line between a really nicely smoked out lower lash line and then also just like making yourself look like a raccoon, which is not what we want to do. So I'm just going to lightly run this on my lower lash line, and I'm not going to blend it out or take it down too far because we are going in with a transition shade as well. And again, that's going to blow it out a little bit more because as we blend, it's going to kind of the space is going to grow. So I'm pretty happy with this. I'm going to go in with the transition shade that we used on the crease after wiping off my brush, and tap off the excess to make sure we're not putting on too much, and then I'm just going to run that right under what we just added. So this is going to add a lot of dimension to your lower lash line as opposed to just doing the pencil liner and or even just doing that dark brown. This is going to add like dimension and definition, and it just makes it look a lot more interesting, and like you did add a lot of effort even though we just like added 3 products, which I guess sounds like a lot of effort, but it looks cute. I like it. Okay, so this is literally it. I'm gonna go ahead and add mascara. Also, the mascara that I used for the upper lash line, which I will now use on the lower lash line, is the Grande Cosmetics Grande Drama mascara. I really like this mascara. I got it in my BoxyCharm box a long time ago. I finished it. This mascara is also infused with castor oil, which means that when you wear it, it's going to grow and nourish your lashes. So I really feel like I saw a difference in my lashes when I started using this, and I'm so glad that I have another tube. So I'm gonna go ahead and just run that on my lower lashes. I also don't really like really spiky or like really long lower lashes either. I am just very particular. Like I really like the way that eyeshadow and eye makeup looks with a bare lower lash line, but we're gonna go ahead and add some more drama. So it is looking a little bit clumpy. I'm gonna go ahead and take a spoolie and I'm gonna kind of just like take out the clumps. So the reason that I didn't really do this with the mascara wand is because it would just keep adding on more product, and I just kind of want to comb through these lashes to take some of that excess product off that causes the clumps. And I'm just kind of combing through and twirling the brush through the hairs so that we can separate them and make them not clumpy. So that is all. So this is phase 2 of this look. This is just mascara along with the smoked out lower lash line. This is the before and after. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye, and you can let me know how you feel about this, and then we'll move on to phase 3. And this is phase 2 in its final form. So I really like how this looks. I'm liking every stage of this eyeshadow look. Also, I love how lower lash lines just make your eyes pop, and bronzy eyeshadow is really pretty on brown eyes. So I'm happy with this. It looks so cute. So the last phase is going to be going ahead and adding some lashes. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera, and we're going to see what your favorite phase is. Also want to mention that I forgot to say, I was using a brown pencil liner for the lower lash line because bronzy tones is what we're doing. So if you do want to use black, you definitely can. It'll for sure add some more drama and some more depth, and just like make your eye makeup a little darker. You can also actually go ahead and add some brown mascara too. That will just like solidify the whole vibe and theme that we're going for. I didn't do that because I am going in with falsies, which are black, so I feel like it would look a little weird with some brown mascara and brown natural lashes and then some black fake lashes. So I'm gonna go ahead and put those on, and I'll be right back. Hi. Okay, so I went ahead and added some lashes. I also put them on the lower lash line, I mean underneath my lashes, like instead of on top. These lashes are so cute. I really like them. So these are the Lashton lashes. These are from TikTok Shop. I think it's like a small business. It is linked on my TikTok Shop profile if you want to go check it out. They're great. They're so cute. They're really interesting. So these are like DIY lash extensions. They're supposed to be like those ones where you put them on and you do like the lash seal and all of that, and they last for like a week or two. But I like to just wear them with regular lash glue because I'm always making these videos and I don't do lash extensions. So I like to customize my eyelash look. So, but this is what they look like on me with regular lash glue. And it's like 3 clusters or 3 to 4 clusters per eyelash style. So it's like a literal lash kit, and they look so cute. This is in the style Fresh Start, which is, I would say like more of the natural looking lashes. It also has like a lash application guide here. So highly recommend. I really like these ones. So the ones that I'm wearing right now are in the style Classy and Sassy. And again, I put them underneath my lashes so that you can't see the lash band on top. And I wanted, like, I was looking for some good natural lashes to add to this look, since it's like a bronzy natural look. And all the lashes that I have, I feel like, are super dramatic. They're from my 2016 era, so I'm so tired of them and I need to go shopping. But I bought these and they are perfect. And also, from the way that I did my mascara and the way that my eyelashes kind of separate and how they look when I am wearing mascara only, I feel like it matches it so well, the way that these lashes are separated. So they just look super natural in my opinion. I just feel like it blends really well with my natural lashes. So this is phase 3 in its final form. This is with the eyeshadow done. My eyes are a little watery because I just added some pencil liner to my tight line here. So since I did put the lashes underneath, I like to just put that there so it's a little bit more seamless. Yeah, this is phase 3 in its final form, lower lash line smoked out, and a full pair of falsies. So I really like how this look came out. It is really pretty. I honestly would not add any shimmer to this, and if you do want to wear this as like an everyday look, if you're going to work and then you have a date night that night, you can literally just smoke out your lower lash line, freshen up your face, and pop on some lashes, and this is your bronzy date night look. I really like it. So let me know which phase you like the most. I completely understand liking all of them for different reasons or for different occasions. But yeah, let me know what you think. So that was it for today's video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you have any other video suggestions you'd like to see from me, maybe if you do want to see like a bronzy eyeshadow look with shimmer in it, let me know and I can make that for you. If you haven't subscribed, don't forget to do so and leave a like down below. It really does help me out and I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!